You may think of Hawaii as a paradise for surfers and sunbathers, but its rich soil means it's also the perfect place to grow fruit. At Kahuku Farms, an orchard on the North Shore of Oahu, the fourth-generation owners Kylie Matsuda and Judah Lum are bringing modern agricultural methods to the cultivation of nourishing native fruits like mangoes, papayas, and passion fruit. And they serve what they grow at their new farm cafe. I stopped by Kahuku to take a walk through the orchards and pick and taste tropical fruits fresh from the tree.
You know, growing up, my parents kept us off of the farm, very active in other type of activities because farming is so risky. So they really wanted us to go out and do our own thing. And when I decided in college that I wanted to come back and work for the family business, they told me, no, we sent you to college. You go out and you do something different. Farming is just too risky. So it was my sister, my husband, and I that stepped up as the fourth generation to diversify our family business. So that's when we created the Farm Cafe at Kahuku Farms, which is a true farm-to-table experience where we actually brought the tables to the farm.
This is actually an old plantation village, and it was only growing sugarcane until 1971. So this is the Hawaiian acai palm, and it looks like a lot of other palms out there. So a lot of people will be like, I think I have this growing at home. That start off as a spiky stem that produces little blossoms that will be pollinated by bees. The green fruit will eventually change color to what you see in an older one here, where we'll get this purple color. Passion fruit, or lilikoi is the Hawaiian word for it, grows on a vine, and it's actually the only fruit on the entire farm that we wait till it falls off till we harvest it. You'll notice that it's got a great force field surrounding it, and we'll pick it up, we'll wash it, we'll cut it open, which needs to be done by hand. So you need to have some skill. And then what you see on the inside is the pulp and the seeds.
It's really sour, right?
They
Very
say
tart.
it's very, very tart.
It's so tangy, but it doesn't feel sour, you know?
It's a
Especially
punch.
a
I like
bit
to
of
say
a-
it's a punch of freshness.
A bit of sweetness that enters your tongue initially.
There's some sugar in there,
Yeah,
too.
and then I love the crunch.
The crunch, and the seeds actually are loaded with antioxidants. So another real fun fact is that passion fruit, or lilikoi, is known to have serotonin in it. So it's
Really?
known to make people happy.
I always think of mangoes as being ready when they're just really soft to the touch and almost like a peach. But
Exactly.
that's not the case with
Well,
these?
with these, we're harvesting green. As soon as the sugars have developed, you'll see, the way I was taught is to look at a mango. As the fruit matures, the sugars will develop and the size will start to, some will be small forever, but they will start to plump up, like they'll have a shoulder look right next to the stem.
Ah.
So this is a fruit that's got great shoulders on it.
Ooh.
You see this? That's
Yes,
a shoulder.
I can
and
see
then
what
this
you
one actually
mean
has,
now by shoulders.
right? So
Right.
this one also has color indication.
That was so simple. It just fell
That's
out.
another indication. So this is actually a baby banana tree right there.
Ah.
With right access to water and this beautiful ultraviolet ray we get out here in
Yes.
Kahuku, bananas can grow very quickly. And this was actually what it looked like right before it started opening. This was a petal,
That's
the
a
first petal
banana
that opened up.
blossom.
So I wanted to stop here to introduce you to our Laie Gold variety of papaya.
Ah.
Now, these are not trees. Even though everybody says that's a papaya tree, it's tall, it looks like a tree, but it has a hollow stem. And so it's actually a plant. We're waiting for these plants to start to produce flowers. Now, the flowers will always appear at the top of the plant, right where the new leaves are growing. So these are actually brand new flower buds.
Oh my God, those are future papayas?
Those are future papayas.
It's so delicate. I cannot believe that.
So the varietal that we're growing here is very unique in the sense that it responds amazing to hot sunlight. It transforms that sunlight into sugar.
Best papaya I've ever had.
You can see we're eating it before it's all yellow.
The cycle of a papaya.
Yep, it's a plant, and it just continues to flower as long as it's happy.
Uh-huh.
Cacao is a tree that can only grow around 20 degrees north or south of the equator.
Huh.
This makes Hawaii the only state in America
Really?
that can geographically grow it. The cacao tree is very unique in the sense that it's one of the only trees that produces blossoms right off the side of the trunk.
Fascinating.
Now, the only insect that will that will do the pollination is called a midge. This is what we call a shirelle. This is something that is formed right after the tiny midge does the pollination of the blossom. And this is a tiny cacao fruit. We crack the pod open. Have you ever tasted?
I have never.
Please. That sugar is actually what activates our fermentation. That is the cacao nib. And in order to turn that nib into candy, after fermentation, we air dry it. It then goes to the factory where it gets roasted. And then that leftover piece is the world's highest form Van Jackson.
People love to eat it in salads. They put it in smoothies as toppings, in baking.
And this is the world's
Purest form of chocolate.
It's a place that we hope people will come to find their happiness.